Welcome to Star Wars and Spicy Summer, where we just watched the third and fourth episodes of Maul, Shadow Lord, and we've got thoughts. Vaughn, what do you have to say?
Cool!
The third episode of the series involved the Padawan Devin being held captive by Maul. And it starts off with an intriguing scenario where he invites her to a tea ceremony. But she still wants to fight back against the darkness. So she takes Maul's lightsaber, and he makes the entire room go black. And she's scrambling in the dark, trying to find her way out. And Maul's like stalking her like some kind of monster out of a monster film. And it's really kind of moody and atmospheric. In addition to that, we see that the lawman, Lawson, is attending his son's sporting event, but he meets up with Devin's master, Docky, who's trying to warn him about the threat that Maul poses. Lawson's partner, Two Boots, which is a droid that I find really engaging, wants to contact the Empire because that's part of the protocol, and he realizes that they are going to be unable to take Maul on their own. And that's kind of where episode 3 goes. Vaughn, what was the story of episode 4?
Well, actually, episode 3 ended with the Mandalorian letting, what's his name? The second crime boss.
Vario?
Yeah. No,
Vario?
No, not the one that died. The one that's still alive.
Vario.
And Vario out, and they need him. And they said, where's the next plate shipping? So anyway, the start of the 4th episode is where they go. At the start, they're in they're going to plan it where the King of the Pikes is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then and then he has a lot of credits for them. And then he apologizes and said Maul made him do it. And then Maul comes out of the
Ship.
And he just comes and attacks, but Vario goes behind one of the crates of credits and shoots him out with his stun gun. And then they take him to the King of the Pikes. And then they unhood him, and also Vario says he's sorry to the king, and then they take him, and they unhood him, and it's not Maul. And then Maul comes out of the shadows. Bumping pew. Then Maul takes them all out and kills the king. And then the intro hits. And then when we're done with the intro, we see Devin running, and she finally meets up with her master,
Docky.
And they go down into the sewer system, and then they send out a transmission to, what's his name? Lawson. But then Two Boots goes to call the Empire, but Lawson powers him off right before he can hit yes. And then they go to the coordinates, and he said, but these coordinates, it's abandoned. So then they go there, and then they have a big fight. Maul made them a deal, and Lawson made him a deal, and then they had a big fight, and then yeah. And then Maul was on scaffolding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Devin and
Docky
jump down onto the scaffolding and start to fight Maul, and then it's boom, clash. Doggy kicks Maul's leg and it starts malfunctioning, but he doesn't care and he just goes. And then he kicks Doggy onto a crate. And then he lifts his lightsaber up, but Devin blocks it. And then they go to lock up, and then she wins the lock up, and then he starts running away.
And that kind of leaves us towards the end of the episode.
And then the smoke hits, and now everyone's gone, and they went up into the ventilation system. So they're going back to their hideout, and then all of the law people can come, and then they say they're mad because Maul's gone, but then he sees Lawrence, what's his name? Lawson sees Two Boots, and he says, I forgive you. He's like, can you forgive me? I can forgive you. And then an Imperial Star Cruiser.
Yep, Star
Destroyer comes out of the air like this. Here's the Dad, I need your hand so we can make planet down lower. So here's the planet, and here's the Star Destroyer, and then all of it comes black, and then all of it goes black. That's the end of the episode.
That is the end of the episode. Now, I think it was very clear from watching this episode that Maul could have killed Master Docky at any time during the fight. He was beating him pretty handily. But I think that Maul is aware that if he kills Master Docky, then he's going to lose Devin. Like, he won't be able to make her his apprentice. So I'm going to predict that it's either going to be the Janix police force, maybe Lawson himself, that contributes to the death of Docky, or it's going to be the Empire. And that's going to be an inciting incident that's going to push Devin into the hands of Darth Maul. Vaughn, what would you rate these 2 episodes out of 10? So you're rating them 5 out of 10? Just not even that good?
They're good.
Okay. I would rate them again as an 8 out of 10. I thought they were fantastic episodes, lots of fun action, and really was interesting to see which direction this show is going. As always, please hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
And the horse be with you.